The cake was still sweating under the lights when she said it. 18 candles, 18 wishes, one sentence sharp enough to end a decade. "Disappear," my stepdaughter said, smiling like she'd practiced it in the mirror. My wife didn't flinch. She nodded. Her real dad will take it from here. I remember the hum of the refrigerator, the way the knife felt too heavy in my hand. I remember thinking how quiet betrayal can be when it thinks it's won. I set the knife down. I smiled. I said nothing. Silence is a skill you earn. I met her mother when grief still lived in her eyes. She told me she needed stability. I believed her. I brought it like a peace offering. Mortgage payments on time, school pickups, dentist appointments, college dreams scribbled on napkins at the kitchen table. I wasn't trying to replace a father. I was trying to be present. I learned algebra again so I could help with homework. I learned how to braid hair badly and laugh about it. I learned to swallow the sting when she called me by my first name instead of anything warmer. There were photos of the real dad in boxes. There were stories with holes in them. I didn't push. I believed patience would be enough. It usually is, until it isn't. The changes came small. A locked phone left face down, conversations that stopped when I entered a room, a sudden insistence that finances were private now. I noticed the way my wife stopped asking me about my day and started asking about documents. Then the email arrived, misdirected, careless, a lawyer CC'd. Phrases like post-nuptial and asset separation floated up from the screen. I didn't slam the laptop shut. I read every line twice. They weren't just planning my exit, they were timing it. 18 years, a birthday, a clean story they could tell themselves. I closed the laptop, I breathed. I decided to become invisible before they pushed. Anger is loud, planning is quiet. I met my attorney on a Tuesday morning and told him everything. We spoke in facts, deeds, titles, accounts. The house, mine before marriage. The college fund, opened by me, funded by me, never legally gifted. I listened. I asked questions. I took notes like a man studying for a final exam he intended to pass. I didn't confront. I didn't accuse. I smiled at dinner. I said, of course, and that makes sense. I let them believe the script was set. When people think you're weak, they stop hiding. I sold the house first, off-market, clean, fast. I closed accounts next, methodical, legal, final. I canceled the college fund with a single signature and felt nothing but clarity. Gifts given under false pretenses are not gifts, they're leverage. I reclaimed mine. I packed only what was mine, not out of spite, out of accuracy. I left no mess, I left no clues. I waited. The confrontation came the night before move-out. They thought I didn't know. They thought they were being generous by letting me stay one more week. My stepdaughter leaned against the counter, arms crossed, brave in borrowed confidence. "You'll be gone by Friday," she said. My wife watched me carefully, searching for cracks. "I already am," I said. They laughed. People always laugh right before the ground disappears. The empty house greeted them on Friday morning. No furniture, no photos, no echoes of me except the quiet. On the kitchen table sat a single envelope. Inside, copies, the sale, the cancellations, the timeline. A letter, brief and precise. "You asked me to disappear. I did. I took only what was mine. What remains is the truth. They called. I didn't answer. They texted. I blocked. Later, through mutual friends, I heard the shock land in stages. The real dad hadn't planned for tuition. The new apartment was smaller than expected. The stories they told each other began to collapse under their own weight. Consequences are patient. They don't rush. I stood in my new place that night, boxes still unopened, and felt the quiet settle around me like a verdict. Not guilt, not triumph, relief. I didn't destroy them. I removed myself. I let gravity do the rest. They wanted me gone from the family, forever. They got exactly what they asked for. And what I left behind wasn't anger or spite or a mess to clean up. It was an empty house and the sound of a door closing, soft, final, and deserved.